Yo, welcome back to another video, guys. I hope you're having an amazing day. And today we're going to be doing part 2 of the Avalon Dragon Olympics. So if you haven't seen part 1, then make sure to go and watch that before you watch this one. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below, so just pause the video right now and go and watch that. But if you don't want to watch the first part, that's fine. I'll just catch you guys up right now. Last time, the Bane Worm beat the Black Dragon, the Winter Worm beat the Pendragon, the Catalan beat the Fire Spitter, and the Jabberwock beat the White Dragon. So since it was an 8-person bracket, it was way too big to put in one video, so obviously this is the second part. But today we're going to see the Bane Worm go against the Winter Worm, and the Catalan go against the Jabberwock. And then obviously we'll do the finals in the third place match according to who wins the semifinals. But first up, we got the Bane Worm versus the Winter Worm, so I'm going to go and set that up. But right now I'm just going to kill the minion with a trident so that it is a clean 1v1. If you haven't seen one of my WIZARD101 Olympic videos, it's pretty simple. I just use Monstrology to capture one of the bosses that I want to put up against another boss. And then once I'm at max pips, I spawn that Monstrology boss, and then I'll use Mega Soothe. And you can see that Soothe says it majorly reduces the threat on the target, and since I'm the target, that'll mean that the Bane Worm shouldn't attack me. And now I am at max pips, so I'm going to spawn in the Winter Worm. Now I'm going to use Soothe on the boss, and then pretty much whoever wins this, like I said, it's the semifinals, so they'll move on to the finals. The Winter Worm is starting off strong, going for an Arctic Zilla. Do they get the crit though? That's the question. No crit, but they do boost. I forgot they boosted against death. That's so strange, but 800 through a Fortify? That's actually kind of crazy. The Bane Worm is using his natural attack against the Winter Worm. No crit. 425. I mean, that's decent. The Winter Worm has fizzled like 3 times in a row. I didn't put any of them in, but that was like the 3rd time he's fizzled. It's kind of crazy. Finally, he powers something. He's going for a Frozen Kraken. He gets the crit. He also boosts. That's 1100. That is pretty good. The Bane Worm re-puts up his Fortify, and now the Winter Worm is going for a Colossus. No crit this time, and it's going through the Fortify, so probably a bit less than 1000. Oh wait, no, what am I saying? Yeah, 500 was way more reasonable. And now the Bane Worm's going for a Death Ninja Pigs with the blade. Actually, I don't think it's going to do too much, but I mean the weakness, yeah, 600. That's still pretty decent. And now the Winter Worm's going for his natural attack. He gets the crit and has the blade, plus he boosts 1000. A 1200. Jesus, that's a lot. But now the Bane Worm is going for a Wraith. He gets some health back with this too. Does he crit? He does get the crit. No block. This should do a decent amount. Oh, 600? That was kind of underwhelming. But I mean, it is an ice boss, so they probably do have more block. But at least he's getting 300 health back. The Bane Worm just put up his Fortify, and the Winter Worm fizzles again. I'm telling you, the Winter Worm has fizzled at least 6 times, I think, now. Obviously, I didn't put them all in, but like, damn. That was a lot of fizzles. Finally powers a Colossus, though, going through the Fortify. I don't think any buffs, but they do get the crit, and obviously they boost. So how much? 800. I mean, not bad. Okay, the Bane Worm is going for a Skeletal Pirate. Gets the crit and has the blade. Like 1000? 800? That's so underwhelming with a crit and a blade. Bro, the Winter Worm is nasty. He's going for a Woolly Mammoth. I don't think it actually stuns them because I'm pretty sure all of the bosses are stun immune. But still, this does so much damage. No crit though, but they do have the trap. So how much? 1100, and yes, they are stun immune. Bro, the Bane Worm is actually getting slapped from first. It's kind of sad. There's a couple people saying that the Bane Worm was gonna win it all last time too, so kind of a yikes. He goes for the Skeletal Pirate though, no crit, 430. The Bane Worm has gone for his natural attack 3 times in a row. Spamming his natural attack is just not gonna work, but okay, now the Winter Worm is going for a Frozen Kraken. 700 without a crit. And you can see here, I mean, the Winter Worm's at 6k, the Bane Worm's only at 2.4. So I feel like there's no way the Bane Worm can come back, but you never know. But now the Winter Worm is going for a Frozen Kraken. If they get the crit, I'm pretty sure the Bane Worm is dead. They do get the crit. Do they block? They don't. 1000? I think that killed. Yes, it does. So that means the Winter Worm gets the dub over the Bane Worm. And now we're going to do the second semifinals match, which is the Catalan versus the Jabberwock. The Jabberwock is starting off with a Fire Colossus. No crit though. 480, that's not that great. And now the Jabberwock decides to go for a Fire Dragon. No crit again. It's doing 540 though, plus the overtime. And now the Catalan's going for Sirens with a Blade and an Amplify. No crit either, but I forgot they boost against fire. 1900 plus the Mantle as well. And that does make the Jabberwock fizzle. Catalan is going for a Stormzilla, no crit this time either. 1000 though still. Now the Jabberwock's gonna clap back with a Firezilla with a Blade. He doesn't boost like the Catalan, but should still do a lot. 900, that's pretty good. The Catalan is going for Stormzilla again, and this time he gets the crit, no block, plus he's boosting 1500. And that's just off of 5 pips. Now the Catalan's going for a Kraken double buffed. 1500 again. But the Jabberwock is gonna go for a Fire Colossus with his Amplify. He also gets the crit. Maybe around like 800 probably. Oh, 700. Still not bad. The Catalan going for a Triton with a Trap. No crit though. Probably still gonna do a lot. 1700 with one Triton. The Jabberwock though going for another Fire Colossus with the Trap this time. It's probably gonna do like a 700 again. Yeah, 700. The Catalan gonna go for another Sirens. This time no crit. He still boosts 1200 plus the Mantle. Does it make him fizz? Not this time. Going for a Stormzilla plus the crit. 1400. I'd say the Catalan is winning this pretty convincingly. And now the Jabberwock is going for another Fire Colossus. He's done this so many times. He has the Trap once again, so it's probably gonna do around 700. Oh, that's even lower. Catalan is going for a Bolt with his Trap. He got the crit. Okay, it's not max though. The Jabberwock just keeps going for hits that just don't do that much damage. He crits the Fire Shark and it still only does 580. This time the Jabberwock is going for a Firezilla with a Blade and the Trap. Plus he gets the crit. This could actually do so much right now. How much is it doing? 1500? Honestly, that was kind of underwhelming. I thought with the crit it would do more. But I mean, the battle is super close. 1800 versus 3200. But the Catalan is setting himself up for a big hit, so we'll have to see what he goes for. He's going for a Stormzilla with the Amplify and one Stormblade. He gets the crit as well. Honestly, he doesn't block, so I think this is doing 2k, right? 2500? Is he dead? No, he's not. He's not dead yet, but how much is he at? He's at 600 health, so if the Catalan goes for like a Kraken right now, he's just straight up dead. Is he? Oh, he's going for a Bull. If he hits max, he's dead. And it hits max 2400. That was insane. So the Catalan wins over the Jabberwock, and that means he's going to go up against the Winter Worm. But now before we do the finals, we're going to do the third place match, which is the Bane Worm versus the Jabberwock. So I'm just going to spawn in the Jabberwock really quick right now, and then I'm going to soothe the boss. The Bane Worm is actually going to start off with a Scarecrow, so it will hit the Jabberwock, and that's doing like 800. The Jabberwock is going to fight back though with a Fire Colossus. He gets the crit. He uses this spell so much. I'm telling you, it's kind of crazy. Only 600 though with a crit. The Bane Worm though going for his natural attack with a Blade. How much? 500. I feel like the Jabberwock should be able to win this purely off of the health advantage. Like, he starts off with 1700 health pretty much, and the Bane Worm only has like 10k. Now he's going for a Firezilla with a Blade. No crit though. Probably around 900. 800, yeah. But the Bane Worm going for the Death Ninja Pigs with a Blade. This gives him the minus 25. I think this does around 600, 670 or something. Oh, 660. The Jabberwock going for another Firezilla with the crit, but it is through the minus 25. But he also does have the Trap. So 800. That's not too bad, I guess. There also is just a bunch of passing, but okay, now the Bane Worm is going for a Skeletal Pirate. Does he get the crit? He does get the crit. How much does this do? 700. Not too bad. Bane Worm going for his natural attack with a Blade, and he got the crit. Like 700. Yeah, almost 800. That's not too bad, I guess, but you can see just based off of the health, The Baneworm is already at 6,000, and the Jabberwock has only gone down to 13,000. So I feel like if the Jabberwock loses, that's just a big upset. The Baneworm, though, going for a Scarecrow. This will actually give him a decent amount of health back, plus the crit. Yeah, that's like 500 health. The Jabberwock is going for another Meteor. He gets the crit this time, only 400. I mean, through the Fortify, I guess that's not too bad. The Baneworm going for another Skeletal Pirate. No crit this time. So 400, I think that was, almost 500. The Jabberwock fizzling again. He's fizzled like 3 times. And now he's going for a Elephant with an Amplify. If he gets the crit, this is doing over 1,000, I think. He did get the crit. Let's see how much this does. Yeah, 1,100. That leaves the Baneworm at under 4k, and the Jabberwock is still above 11,000. But he is going for a Wraith, plus he has that Blade on right now. He doesn't get the crit, though. So this is probably doing like 700. Okay, 675. So he gets around like 333 or something back. Yeah, 337. But yeah, I just skipped to the end because it was pretty clear that the Jabberwock was going to win, and this fight was taking forever, I'm not going to lie. But this should kill, I think, if he gets the crit, or maybe even if he doesn't. He didn't get the crit, he has the Amplify and the Blade. It needs to do like 1,200, so no. He only has 200 health left, so honestly, it's pretty much over. And there the Jabberwock is going for his natural attack, so I'm pretty sure this should just kill. He didn't fizzle it either, so like, he doesn't really need anything. I think it's just straight up kills. He had the trap too, only 200. Okay, good, it's doing 400. So that means the Jabberwock gets 3rd place and the Baneworm comes in 4th. For the last fight, we got the Catalan versus the Winterworm. And this is the final, so whoever wins this is the winner. But I am at max pips, so I'm going to spawn in the Catalan right now. And now that the Catalan is spawned in, I am going to go for the Soothe on the boss. Yo, the Catalan's starting off strong, taking bubble control. And now he's going to use Stormzilla with his bubble through a shield, though. But if he crits, no crit. So it should still do probably around 300, 400. Yeah, 450, that's not bad. But the Winterworm is going to clap back with a Colossus, and I think he has a Blade. Yes, he does have a Blade. No crit, though. Probably, wait, does he boost? No, I don't think he does, but it's probably around, like, 800. Okay, 770. But the Catalan, he's going for a Triton. He still has the bubble. No crit, though. It's probably going to do 1,100. Okay, yeah, pretty much 1,100. The Winterworm fizzles, but the Catalan, I think, is going for a natural attack. Yes, he is. No crit again, but like 500 maybe? 600, even better. Yo, he's going for a Wild Bolt with a Blade and a bubble. Imagine if he crits and then hits max. Bro, that would put him at like, I don't even know. But okay, he's stun immune too, so he just doesn't take the stun. Let's see, does he get the crit? He doesn't get the crit, but still hit max. That'd be so funny. Oh, I didn't. But now he's going for the Kraken. I feel like taking bubble control at the start was actually super useful for the Catalan, because that's just going to help him the entire game. Unless the Winterworm changes it, obviously. But the Winterworm is going for a Woolly Mammoth. Obviously, this doesn't stun him because he is stun immune, but it's still going to do a lot. No crit, but probably 1,000. Okay, 840. There's so much passing, but now the Catalan is going for a Triton. Does he get the crit? That's the question. He does get the crit, and it crits through probably 1,400. Yeah, 1,400. That's pretty nice. I feel like the Catalan is set to win this one. It might be too close to actually call it, but I feel like he's gonna win. The Winterworm does get the crit on this, though. So 400, but it was through a Fortify. Yo, but now the Catalan is going for Sirens with a Blade, and he already has bubble up. Plus he gets the crit. Man, this is doing so much. 2k, plus he has the mantle now. Look at the health difference. The Winterworm is already at 4k, but the Catalan is at a strong 8,400. Just a bunch of passing. No, the Catalan fizzled. I think he was going for a Stormzilla. And the Winterworm fizzled too, bro. They fizzle so much. I can't even say that about the Catalan, though, because he doesn't fizzle as much as the Winterworm has. Which is kind of weird, because he's Storm. But the Catalan is broken. He's going for Sirens again. This time he doesn't have the Blade, but obviously he still has the bubble plus the crit, and he crits through probably 1,500. Yeah, 1,300, pretty close. The mantle doesn't make the Winterworm fizzle, but he does get the crit on this Colossus. I feel like it's too late for him to come back, though. 600. The Catalan's still at like 8k, right? Oh, he's at 7600, but the winter worm is already below 3k, and now the Catalan's going for a wild bolt. Imagine if he hits max. Plus he just got the crit. Okay, he blocked, but let's see. Okay, it wasn't even max. No way, he's going for another wild bolt. That's like 3 this game. Please hit max this time. That's crazy, 1250. That puts the winter worm at around 1600, and now he's going for a snow angel, but it's definitely too late to come back. Plus the Catalan's going for Stormzilla. Does he get the crit? No crit, so it's probably not killing. Only around 1000, I think. Okay, 800, even lower. And the Catalan is going for Stormzilla now, so if he doesn't fizzle, he has the blade, plus he has the trap and the bubble. It should just kill. Does he fizzle? And he doesn't, so I think he's just dead. This does over 1000. Yeah, 1200, he's just straight up dead. So that means the Catalan is taking home the win. He comes in first place. The winter worm comes in second place. The Jabberwock comes in third place. And then the Bane worm comes in fourth. But I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys have any other ideas for mobs that you want me to put against each other, then let me know down below in the comments. You guys have been telling me a bunch of different mobs, so I still do have some videos to make, but I'm always interested in other suggestions. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time.